I don't know how to say his name.
Alden Aaron.
White people, God, everybody complains about black people's first names. Jesus Christ, white people with their last names.
But
okay.
he goes up to a recruiter and he's like, I want to join the Imperial
Right.
Army. And then he's like,
But
what's
I have
your
no
name?
family.
And then he's like, oh, I guess your name is Han Solo. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
You're after something. Is it revenge?
Hello, I am Drew.
Hey, I'm Kaelahn.
And we're gonna talk about Solo, a Star Wars story. Solo, a Star Wars story is a fun series of heists.
The Lando Show featuring Alden Ehrenreich. I don't know how to say his name.
Alden Aaron.
White people, God, everybody complains about black people's first names. Jesus Christ, white people with their last names. I thought the movie was fun. The problems I had with it were just like casual hat nods to the original trilogy. Like the hats off to it, like the nods, I didn't have a problem with up until they brought Darth Maul in, and like I just thought that was over the top. Everything else, I'm like, okay, yeah. I think Darth Maul f***ing died, so let him die. Like,
No, he didn't!
signing me up for this film is just like, you put Donald Glover in it and I'm gonna see it. I think I just had a fun time watching this. I don't know about you. I know you're a bigger Star Wars fan than I am.
Yeah, I'm a big Star Wars nerd.
Exactly. For me, it was like, it was probably one of the most transformative experiences of my life, because every film that Donald Glover's been in up to this point has been kind of trash. I love him to death, but like honestly, the films haven't been great. Okay, I know the f***ing Cartoon Network movies are canon. The shows are canon. I get that, but they chopped him in half.
Yeah, my first impressions of this movie are it's fun, but it's simple, and it's a very safe movie. There's not a lot to be like angry about, other than, you know, Kaelahn.
Yeah, of course.
My
problems with it are your problems with it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I thought the movie was f***ing hilarious.
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
I thought like Donald Glover's role in it was f***ing hilarious. Like he was just honestly being a young Lando, a person who is like in later years known as just this charming Lothario type character, and in this film he's more of just a comic relief. You know that he's supposed to be in the future this really charming guy, but at the beginning of his origin story, he's charming, but he's goofy at the same time.
He's a bit of a sleazebag.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all a bit of sleazebags.
Exactly.
Except for Chewbacca. Chewbacca is the heart and soul of this team.
Honestly, Chewbacca's the only one who
he
really holds this together.
Yeah,
like,
he's
he's held every trilogy together, like by his. I wouldn't call it bootstraps. I'd probably call them like
his
hair extensions,
bandolier?
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His hair extensions.
Because he has a checkerboard pattern face, and everyone's like, "Oh,
have you seen a checkerboard? There's a 90-degree angle.
Preston, why do we have to do this every time? Right, but I think in terms of story, I think in terms of everything that they did with the Han character, it creates an air that like explains why he is in later years, and why he comes like, back for Luke in A New Hope. Why he really wants things to work out with Leia, etc. Why he's not a great father to Kylo Ren. I think like everything that you know of the canon original trilogy shows up in this film.
Darth Maul's a fan favorite.
Is a fan favorite. You know what? They thought Jar Jar Binks was going to be a fan favorite.
And they were wrong, but Darth Maul was right.
Darth Maul's a substitute for Jar Jar Binks.
Is my favorite. No stakes.
No stakes?
No stakes. This movie has no stakes.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you no stakes. It's just like, Same with Rogue One. It's just like you already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Rogue
like,
One. You know
you-
the point of it. With Han, it's just
Han
like
Chewie aren't
nobody's
gonna
gonna die. Nobody's gonna die because
Yeah.
you see them in later films. So there's no stakes.
Yeah.
It's all fun.
To the credit of Ron Howard.
Shout out Ron Howard. No, everyone f***ing doubted him after they switched directors. And honestly, don't ever doubt f***ing Ron Howard in your life, bitch. That boy, f***ing Leave It to Beaver ass.
He did it.
F***ing Arrested Development narrator ass boy. Don't ever in your life think that man is not gonna come back and save your franchise.
Yeah. Credit to Ron Howard. He made me care about the side characters, like
Yep.
the Beckett's crew.
Beckett's crew.
Like,
so
I love them, and then they all died.
Tiny Newton's character, and then also I don't remember his name, but he died on the
Dryden?
ship. No, Dryden's the
bad guy.
Yeah. They die early on in the movie, and honestly, it's just like you feel the same way about them in like those first scenes where they die, like within the first half hour, as you would with a character who you've gone 3 movies with. You know
You've
what I
been
mean?
you've been like multiple hours with.
Right, you feel the same way you do with them as you did when Darth Vader died in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, they feel alive. I don't know.
Yeah,
like he does a good job at like fleshing out characters, and making them feel like people. Honestly, who you should care about is the side characters. Like Kira. Also, Land of Star Wars, dumb names. Han Solo, dumb name.
One movie. You should have left him in the Phantom Menace. No one liked that movie. I'm done arguing this with you.
If anybody ascribed meaning to it,
and those are
you're
the
dumb.
things I have a problem with. It's just the like dumb, like showing everyone, okay, this is what this means, and this is why this shows up in later trilogies.
Yeah.
Not the subtle stuff where it's just like, okay, Han has had this happen to him before, so he wants to change and maybe change the direction of how a character moves, but honestly, like the nods, the hat nods, where it's just like, those are the problems I have with this movie. Everything else, I feel like I have fun with, I enjoy, like just explaining, the relationship between characters. But the problem I have with it, of most of all, is just the hat nods to not the original trilogy, but also the prequel trilogy. The genre of music is called jizz.
Yeah, jizz.
Yeah, not jazz. Jizz.
Jizz.
It's space jazz.
Yeah, space jazz is jizz.
Yeah. What the like? Honestly, the scene where L3 asks for equal rights for androids. That's my favorite scene.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
L3 is great. I love her. I think she's really funny.
Yep.
Droids have always been like a allegory for slavery.
Yeah, 100%.
Or a metaphor, I guess, is the name. Is the term
allegory? Yeah, metaphor would probably be best.
Yeah, a metaphor for slavery.
Yeah.
Droids have always been a metaphor for slavery. Probably when they're going through the Kessel Run and they're trying to escape like the last TIE fighter.
Right.
He's like, I've tried. My best friend Jimmy like 2 drive sticks. Like
Jimmy
2
drive sticks.
Yeah, like he's got
my
2
new
stick
name
shifts.
on Twitter. You got it. Jimmy 2 drive sticks. But okay, least favorite scene, Darth Maul, easy.
Darth Maul.
Sorry, I asked.
Dude.
My rating of Solo: Star Wars Story, the anthology Star Wars story. It's I give it a solid 7.5 Lando capes and a half.
Okay.
A soft Return of the Jedi to a hard Return of the Sith.
Okay.
I'm so drunk.
That's like
I'm so drunk. And then it's in between Force Awakens and it's in between The Force Awakens and Revenge of the Sith. That's where I'm putting it. Force Awakens and Revenge of the Sith are in the middle.
Empire Strikes Back, New Hope, Return of the Jedi, Force Awakens.
Wow.
This is a very subjective list.
Okay.
And then Solo.
Said you wanted to go home.
Yeah. I mean, in my opinion, Force Awakens is the best. I was about to be.
Really?
Yeah.
Of all Star Wars canon?
Yes.
That's stupid, but
Wow. Thank you!
Sip the same beer somehow. Tilt it both to your guys' mouths at the same time.
And what was
Love
this?
Also, I just want to throw out there, Drew is my son, and like
Thanks,
I love
Poppy.
him to death. Like, I knew him before any of you guys knew him, and he was an astrophysicist major before.
So was
And
I.
he's easily my favorite out of all of you. I'm drunk, but I'm trying to be serious.